Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. This is me, Britany, here. And I wanted to come through to share some time, to spread some love, to share some good energy with you guys in these right now moments. And girls and guys, okay, check this out. Check this out. Absolutely. Absolutely. So we have my favorite collection of Penguin classics. And we're going to dive deep into Ovid Metamorphosis. And I absolutely love this cover. This cover is the detail of Apollo and Daphne around 1622 through 24. This sculpture was created by Gian Lorenzo Bernini. And you can see this in galleries all over the world. But the original is in Rome, Italy. So I absolutely wanted to come through and just read the introduction to you guys. And I'm going to read bits and pieces of it to you guys daily, okay? So, I mean, I'm reading the translation, and I'm tickled. I'm ecstatic about this literature because Metamorphosis, I wrote about this in my book, Put Your Play Clothes On, and it's available on Amazon. If you want to purchase this book as well, my Amazon store link is below, okay? So we're going to jump into the introduction of book 1. In a short prologue, Ovid announces his theme of metamorphosis, his stories of change, will form one continuous poem, and it ranges in time from the beginning of the universe to Ovid's own lifetime. The first great change is the creation of the universe out of chaos, culminating in the appearance of man. Now, Ovid's grand description draws on a variety of poetic and philosophical sources, including the earlier Roman poet Lucretius. Now, a lot of people pronounce his name differently due to the linguistics, but I absolutely love that philosopher. I absolutely love that philosopher because his literature is so intriguing. It's very romantically created, if you know what I'm saying. So let's go ahead and go back in. So we naturally compare it with a biblical account in Genesis chapters 1 and 2. The process of change continues through the 4 ages of early human existence, viewed as a degeneration from natural innocence and abundance to the world governed by selfishness and aggression. At this stage, the giants attempt to oust the gods from their home of Olympus, but are struck down by Jupiter's lightning. The earth transformed from their blood into new men whose brutality is true of their origin. Human depravity is exemplified by Lycon. The intention to destroy mankind was that of Lycon, who was a savage king of Arcadia, you guys. And I'm having to repeat myself because I like to take the knowledge and move it from the doctoral level down to mastery, down to the bachelor's, and down to where a 3-year-old can grasp it, Now, Jupiter calls an assembly to indicate his intention to destroy mankind. But in response to objections from the other gods, he promises to breed a new and better race. Mankind's destruction follows in Ovid's description of the flood. It is very transforming its transforming effects occur in the book of Genesis. You know, the story of a worldwide flood recurs in the Greek and Near Eastern traditions, particularly in chapter 6 through 9 in Genesis. And I speak about that in my book, Put Your Play Clothes On. Now, the Greek Mr. and Miss Noah, two God-fearing and mutually devoted survivors, after the flood's effects are reversed, they miraculously produce a new race of hardly men. The after effects of the flood lead to the birth of strange new creatures, including the terrifying python, who is killed by the god Apollo. Apollo is the link with the first in a series of metamorphoses involving the amors of gods. The next story concerns the virginal nymph Daphne, who is relentlessly pursued by Apollo, but finally eludes capture by being transformed into a laurel tree. Now that is definitely symbolic within itself, you know. The lighter tone and pace of this contrast vividly with the earlier part of the book is very beautifully written. It's very beautifully written, you know. A noble description of the Vale of Temp provides an ingenuous transition to the parallel story of Jupiter's successful pursuit, whom the god transformed to a cow to protect her from Juno's jealousy. Here we can see an element of comedy in the relationship between the gods, as well as a touching pathos in Ovid's account of Lo's unhappy predicament. Here, too, we have the first inserted story. And I wish I had a visual board so I can show you guys, because it is so beautiful. Like, I love when they recant it in the paintings. It's so amazing to see the artwork being beautifully illustrated. I may have to paint it for myself and, you know, sell the art as well. It's just so beautiful, you guys. And, you know, here too, we have the first inserted story told by Mercury to Lo's 100-eyed centennial, Argus of Pan and Syrinx. Another instance of a nymph pursued by a god and metamorphosed at the last minute. The book concludes with an introduction to the story of Python, which is to occupy a large part of book 2, when the young man's claim to be the child of sun god is questioned. You know, he is determined to establish the truth and sets out to find his father, and the closing lines ring with excited anticipation. So I'm going to go into the prologue. Changes of shape, new forms, are the theme which my spirit impels me now to recite. Inspire me, O gods. It is you who have been transformed my art, and spin me a thread from the world's beginning down to my own lifetime in one continuous poem. Then the creation goes. Before the earth and the sea and the all-encompassing heaven came into being, the whole of nature displayed but a single face, which men have called chaos, a crude, unstructured mass, nothing but weight without motion, a general conglomeration of matter composed of disparate, incompatible elements. We'll go into the creation tomorrow. Until next time, you guys, much love, peace, and prosperity.